All right, we are back. It is episode 37 of Paper and Plastic. I am your host, Pop and Sloth, and this is my good buddy, Dr. Plagus. And we're back again. It's another, I was going to say it's another Tuesday, but it's not quite Tuesday. It's Friday. We're doing a little special stream here to make up for our little absence over the last couple of weeks. But how are you doing, my friend?
Have we been absent for 2 weeks?
Yeah, because so there was the Tuesday that we took off because I wanted to go see Chainsaw Man.
And then we were supposed to stream Friday.
We were supposed to stream Saturday,
Oh,
and then we didn't end up doing the Saturday stream, and then we
and
were
then
gonna,
we were maybe going to do Sunday, but we didn't announce.
yeah, and then we were going to do this Tuesday, which we had lined up, and we were going to do, but things happened. We had to postpone, and we're back here tonight, and we're actually live. We're actually here, so we're good. Yeah, we're back on track. Samrock, back in action.
Yeah.
Derek Newman, what up? Oh man, it's been a crazy couple weeks. I know I'm personally just been working a crazy amount. It's been hard to keep track of even what day it is. Have you had a chance to pick up anything a little special or interesting you want to show off?
Well, let's see. So I had kind of talked for months and months and months, I think dating back to like April, I'd been talking up the comics place in Bellingham because of their amazing access and prices for ratio variants. And then I think last show I kind of trashed on the fact that they started doing this auction thing,
Yeah.
and it's actually worse than I described in the show. So basically, they put all the ratio variants up for auction,
Yep.
and the auction doesn't end until the following week. So you don't even get access to this week's ratio variants until next week, and you only get access to them if you win the auction.
Wow.
So they did that. They probably only had done that for 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks.
Hmm.
And honestly, it was a deal breaker for me. My thought was, well, if I'm only able to get regular, variant covers or regular covers,
Yeah.
and I'm ordering weekly comics, I was better off ordering them from a different uh, online store that they're a lot quicker with their shipping. Like I'll get my books Friday versus sometimes I wouldn't get my books for a week from the comics place.
Mm.
So I started going back to Digital Heroes out of Walla Walla. But
Oh.
I was hoping that the comics place was going to see that this whole auction thing wasn't working, bad
Hmm.
idea, and they were going to go back to their old ways. So, little update on that.
Yeah.
They stopped doing the auctions this week, but now they're pricing ratio variants
Hmm.
like every other comic shop in the country. So like a 1 in 25 was now $30. I used to get those for 10.
Yeah.
I
Of
mean,
course.
can't win with them,
No.
unfortunately. Um, but yeah, I do have some pickups.
Okay.
So I recently uh so over the summer, I really, and what's up to JSS Brooklyn? I just saw them hop in. This summer, I had that big collection buyout,
Hmm.
and I got a big chunk of underground comics. Um, and I really became fascinated by them. Really enjoyed them. And started collecting underground comics. So a few weeks ago I bought a short box of
Hmm.
underground comics. And it had some really good stuff in it. Had a lot of stuff that I already had.
Hmm.
So I Derek noticed your mustache. That's awesome.
Yes, it's quickly returning back to its glory.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, anyways, uh, I'm just gonna show off some of the highlights for me from that collection. One of them is I got a really solid run of Yellow Dog, which is kind of just it's a series of just collected stories from different underground artists. But this is issue number 13, which has a really great Robert Crumb cover.
Oh, I love those.
I just love, yeah, just for the 60s and 70s,
Mm.
how different this stuff was from just your, kind of, it kind of feels a lot like how indies are nowadays, where a lot of people are just kind of really sick of the big two and superhero fatigue and all of that. And we're just really, a lot of us readers are really enjoying these original stories that are different,
Mm.
kind of reminds me of like this, except this was way more explicit and vulgar and just kind
Yep.
of a lot of fun. And what's up to Eric, 9 panel grid?
Yeah, we got the whole
Um,
crew showing up today. I love it.
yeah, yeah, this is great. So I have here a Power Comics number 1, which this has some Dave Sim art in it. Dave Sim is best known for his character Cerebus,
Oh yeah.
but he's got some really great non-Cerebus work in here. This actually might predate Cerebus, which I always think is really cool to find artists who are really known for something, but you know their work before that stuff.
Oh, I mean that just happened. Uh, a Warren Johnson cover. It's an old Moon Knight one. I didn't realize it was Moon Knight, but I remember at the beginning of my collecting career looking on eBay for this cover because it was so cool, and
Yeah.
only just like last week realizing that was a Warren Johnson.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's great. Um, I got a couple issues of Wortham's comics. This issue has Tom Veitch and Von Bode in it, which is great. Von
Mm.
Bode is a really great artist. And then issue number 2, no, yeah, issue number 2, which is just Tom Veitch. Really cool comics here. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say about this. Oh, dude, Nick's in here. Comic Culture. What's up, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Um, and then this is cool. So I had a good chunk of this run already, but I got a few issues that kind of completed. It's not a complete run,
Mhm.
but I got a completed run of Zap Comics 10 0 through 10. So pretty cool to just have a solid run. I think it goes well into the teens. But it's just always fun to
Wow.
have a good sequential run. It's not a series that like, you have to if to read issue 3 you have to have issue 2 by any means.
Mm,
But yeah, there's that classic one.
damn.
1 millionth printing probably.
And was sorry, these were all you got these all on an online retailer?
No, I bought
Okay.
so actually Yeah Comics had a box of Undergrounds,
Oh.
and he was really having a hard time selling them. To be honest, I don't even think he was trying to sell them. I think they were just sitting in the back.
Mm,
But we were back there, and I was supposed to be leaving,
yeah.
but as always, I get sucked back in.
Mhm.
And we were in the back room. I'd already spent my budget, and then he's like, "When are you going to take these underground comics off my hands?" And I'm like, dude, I can't. I just spent my budget. I can't afford that.
Mhm.
And he's like, sure you can. And I'm like, well, like reluctantly, I'm like, well, what would you want for it? And he was like $100, and my jaw hit the floor. $100 for, I mean, there was some really serious value in this box, but I guess he doesn't have the market for underground. Yeah, I don't know.
Alex?
They are very niche. I've been trying to sell the stock that I have, and it's been hit and miss.
Oh, Samrock pointing out, I just noticed you guys are live on Instagram and YouTube at
Oh,
the
nice.
same time. Yeah, we're double dipping, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got the technology now. We've made the upgrade. That was part of the technical difficulties that we had experienced on Tuesday. We've got them sorted out, including now that double old dipping.
that's sweet. So I have here a really cool um Robert Williams book called Coochie Cootie. Uh yeah, just Robert Williams is great. Incredible uh cartoonist.
There's a goddamn fly in my room.
And then lastly for the underground comics, um I was really excited about this one. My favorite underground artist, comic artist was Spain Rodriguez. And so I got issue number 1 of Subvert, which has his famous character Trashman, collects some of his stories. So just a really cool. This is one of my probably more cherished books that I have here.
That looks
Um,
awesome.
yeah. So that's kind of it for the underground
Mm.
stuff that I wanted to show off. I did share this on my story.
I was gonna say really quick before I
Oh,
forget, I found that Warren Johnson Moon
oh
Knight.
yeah, let's see that.
And so, for reference, this is from 2017, and there we go.
Oh
And
wow.
it's awesome.
I wonder if I have that one.
It is a 1 in 25 for issue 188
Oh, I don't.
from volume. I can't remember which volume this is. I want to say volume 7, volume 8. I can't remember.
Right before the Jed McKay run.
Yeah, it's the second half of the volume that Jeff Lemire he starts,
Mm-hmm.
but then who finishes it? Max Bemis.
Mm.
But I have because I remember I got this cover for it. Who now I'm realizing this is a Christopher Tyler who does a lot of the negative space variants. So I got that one. But I remember when I was originally looking, I was like, man, I should spend the extra couple bucks and get that. I kind of wish I did
Yeah, that's sweet.
because that's an old one. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's great.
Comic culture doesn't think he's seen that one either. Yeah, there you go.
That's cool. Yeah, those are fun. I've been on a mission to. Dang it, I did have something cool I really wanted to show off. Um, so I actually fall asleep to Jeff Zero Fucks Get. Yeah,
It's because he's Canadian.
yeah. So I often fall asleep to cartoonist kayfabe episodes. And my favorites, and I've probably mentioned this many times before, are their Philobox hauls. Um, I love watching those videos, and just those guys were so knowledgeable. They'll go through a whole short box of just obscure, random, non-Marvel DC books,
Yep.
and they'll tell you everything. They'll go through the whole box and they'll tell you everything about every book that comes through. Um, and so I've been on a mission to try to find any and all of
Mhm.
Stan Sakai's works,
Of
like
course.
lettering. I mean, whatever he did, if he was the inker on
Mhm.
a book or the letterer on a book, he was a letterist for Sergio Aragonés for a long time.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of books to get that he lettered. Um, dang it! But there was one
Mhm.
that was on one of their Philobox haul videos where he designed the trade dress, and it's a weird book. It's
Mhm.
like Dragon something. But all he did on the book was designed the trade dress.
Yeah.
So they call it the kayfabe effect. I mean, the
Mhm.
kayfabe effect typically would take place when their video dropped, but
Mhm.
they would talk about a book or
Mhm.
books, and those books would sell like crazy shortly
Sure.
after the episode aired. But
Sure.
I did that. I hopped on eBay, found that book and purchased it. Would
There
have
you
been a
go.
fun one to find in the wild, but pretty hard. But
Yeah.
anyways,
I was gonna say I'm the same way with Gundam kits. In fairness, right now, it's like that's all I'm buying, and it's just like after I see someone talking about it, I'm like, ooh, I want to go buy that one right now.
yeah. So anyways, I was preparing a claim sale
Mm-hmm.
a few weeks ago, and I had gotten this book at Frankenstein Comic Swap about a month ago, and when I got home, realized I already had the issue. So I was getting ready to load my double up into the claim sale
Yep.
when I don't know for what reason I took it out of its bag and board and opened it up. So it's Warlock 170, yeah, Strange Tales 179,
Mm-hmm.
which is the first appearance of Pip the Troll.
Okay.
Um, and again, I can't tell you why I did this. I think what I did was I took both out of their bag and board and was going to determine
Mm,
which one was better and which one was worse, and I was going to put the worst one in my claim sale.
yeah.
So I got this for $4,
Mm-hmm.
which I think for the book in itself is a pretty good deal. Um,
Oh
but
gosh.
opened it up and you got a weird looking signature there. But
Yeah.
if anybody knows Jim Starlin's signature, it's a little bit
Mm.
weird. Um, so I got a Jim Starlin signature on a $4 Strange Tales book.
I swear this must just be a like this has to be a thing that happens in the States and not Canada because that I never hear about this in Canada. Like you
Yeah,
get
it's tough to say.
well, it must be because of like you guys have all the big conventions, right? And like so many of these people are, these creators are American as well, right? It's just makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's just weird to me how they end up in a place like that, a $4 book in the middle of some boxes in the con. Um,
So I got like flies in here now for some reason.
oh, really?
Yeah, where are these flies coming from? I don't
That's
blame you.
weird. Isn't it cold out there?
Yeah, well, I've had the heat on the last few days, so I think they're like sneaking in through like the old. It's an old ass building, so
Yeah, finding a way to survive.
yeah. And there's a dog that shits in our lawn all the time, and I think they all just hang out right outside my window.
Yep, that's the problem.
God damn it. Disgusting. But sorry, continue. Ignore my flies.
No, that was it. Yeah. Um, I love it.
uh, and I know. So that was all your haulage. Everything you
For
wanted to
the
do.
everything I could throw together
Yeah.
before the show.
No, I swear you guys must get a little bit of those signatures popping up in random places because of all the conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Again, it's just weird to me how like even when I buy collections, and
Mhm.
you go through them and it's just books thrown in short boxes and oh weird, there's an autograph in the middle of, like they weren't looked at like
Mhm.
extra special or something.
Mhm.
Cuz I have like a very special place for all of my autographed books, and like
Mhm.
if I were to ever like sell my collection or get rid of some of it, like I think those would probably be the last ones to go, just because I cherish them so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I love it. It's like finding treasure.
Well, it's actually now that you've put it like that, I'm like, yeah, like I met Chip, and Chip didn't have a lot of going on that day, so he signed a bunch of books for me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm sure if I sold like just a random short box, there's a 50-50 chance they're getting a Chip signature in there randomly without me even knowing of it because I have just a bunch of them all over the place, and
Yeah.
I think I even have a yeah, like sometimes I think I don't know. I gotta put all my signatures together because I know you've sent me some books that have signatures on them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've found random books that have signature. Like I think you've sent me a Maria Wolf signature.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Bloodline cover, right?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. I gotta get those all. I gotta get those. Now that all my collection's actually in one building, I should actually put an effort to organizing it. But
Yeah. So before we move on, speaking of
Mhm,
collections,
mhm.
I should have sent you the poll results. But a week or so ago, I had done a poll,
Mhm.
um, just about how many comic boxes
Ah,
people have. I don't know if you
yeah,
remember that.
I do. Yes, yes.
So what kind of brought that up was I was at Yeah Comics, and me
Mhm.
and the owner Oren were kind of like having an argument about something. Not like it like just a comedic
Yeah,
argument.
yeah.
Um
A little spat.
yeah, about I think I was complaining about how um he's kind of ruined me. I don't like spending very much money on comics anymore.
Mm,
He
yep.
keeps doing these filler box sales and I'm getting books for like 14 cents a piece, 20
Mhm.
cents a piece, whatever it may be.
Yep.
And I'm just buying up all this indie stuff and all these weird obscure books that nobody wants and just loving them and enjoying them and just having a ton of fun.
Mhm.
But I was telling him that I have too much,
Yeah.
and he was like, "You can never have too much," or something along those lines. And I kind of looked around his shop, and I told him, I was like, "I'll bet you I have close to as many comics as you have in this shop right now." And I was kind of joking, but kind of not. And
Yep.
so he
Yep.
told me he had about 140 long boxes, and so
Okay.
that got me curious
Mhm.
about how many boxes of comics I have. Not how many comics. I don't really care.
Mhm.
The number is the number. But I was just kind of curious how many boxes I have.
Yep.
So I came home and I counted all my comic boxes,
Mhm.
and I have more than I have more now than I did when I counted a week ago.
Oh, of course.
Um I had 84
Oh, wow.
boxes, short and long. And
Okay.
I'm up to 85 now.
Okay. So, how many first off, I'm jealous. Second, how many like long boxes compared to short boxes?
I don't know what the breakdown is, but I want to say like, and I'm gonna make up a number right now,
Sure.
but it was like the long boxes were in the teens. I want to say about
Yeah.
16,
Okay.
and then the short boxes was
The rest.
about 60 or
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
maybe 50,
Okay.
whatever equates to 85.
And the short boxes, I'm assuming, are like the standard short box. None of the like the extra, because I have one that's like a short box. It's a little
There's a
small.
few of the short ones
Okay.
because originally when Oren was doing his fill-a-box sales,
Yeah.
he was only doing them if we filled the boxes he provided. So
Sure.
he was
Sure.
providing, I don't know how much shorter they are. They're like maybe an inch or two
Yeah.
shorter.
Yeah.
Um, but it's not a big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of them, I don't know. It's quite
Yeah.
ridiculous actually.
A little bit.
Um,
A little bit.
but hey, when I moved in here, I said I now have more room for more comics because the old place we were in,
Mhm.
I was kind of out of room.
Yep.
And I told myself I don't ever want to have to stack the boxes on top of each other. I want them open and
Yeah.
available at all times. If I run out of room, then that's the cap on my collection, I tell myself.
Yeah.
I'm not out of room. I could probably put like another 30 in here, so
You son of
by
a.
no means am I stopping, but clearly I have a problem.
Uh, remind me for next episode. I'll take a picture of my one and only closet in my entire apartment, just so we can laugh at like how squished everything is on top of each other because it's
Yeah,
nothing's accessible. Nothing.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny, bro. Uh, the comic culture. I start getting heartburn when I think about. uh, I-
When I do the math of like average long box, average short box, I want to say it's like somewhere around 15 to 16,000 comics.
Yeah, which is
It didn't make me feel good that I got a really, really great, amount of responses to the poll, and
mm.
none of them even came close to me, and I was like, "Okay." And these are, like, a lot of really hardcore comic collectors, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Geez." But I see, like, in Facebook groups, people talking about having, 50,000 comics,
Mhm.
100,000 comics, and I'm just like, I know how much that is because I've seen it in shops. I'm like,
Yeah.
who could put that in their house? I mean, these people have to like be single and only have comics in their house or something because there's no
Mhm.
way. The only reason this is okay is because I'm tucked in the garage away from everybody else.
Yep.
They don't out of sight, out of mind for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, like you said, right? Until you run out of space, right? Right. Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be a
Oh.
while.
I feel like if you have that many, you got like a rental warehouse or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get to that point, yeah, at least a storage unit that probably.
Yeah, there was a guy that inherited his dad's collection,
Mhm.
and I don't remember if I want to say it was like 300,000 comics or something. Um, and he literally has a warehouse for them.
Mhm.
Exactly what Sam's saying. But
Yeah.
then, like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe we could find a clip or something for a future show, but it's insane.
Yeah, we should. We can probably find something like
Yeah.
that. But would like to transition into the topic of the week, if you will,
Yeah.
which is something that I'm always itching to talk about, which is animation. And kind of part of the reason this topic came up was I had went and saw the Chainsaw Man movie the other week, which is why we had postponed one of the shows, and that was spectacly just amazing. Like, by God, we are living in like the second golden age of animation. Um, but then also I watched the Star Wars Visions season 3 that had come out kind of over the last few weeks, and one of the episodes in that particular, I also was like, oh my God, like like I know people are talking about animation out there, and a lot of it's really good, but there's some things that I feel like kind of fall by the wayside, because there is so much of it, and so much of it is so good. Um, so I think we're going to kind of try to talk about like there's a lot of different styles of animation, different approaches, different eras, if you will. Um, but one of the things that I thought was really interesting is we're seeing more franchises kind of move to animation. An example of this would be in the recent weeks, Stranger Things announced they're going to be following up their live action series with an animated show
Oh, I didn't know
on
that.
Netflix. Yeah, so they're making a shift
Oh,
into animation. Um, Star Wars obviously has been making more animation stuff from Visions to, I mean, stuff like the Bad Batch and the Clone Wars and everything.
mhm.
Predator also, I mean, their Killer of Killers movie that came out, was that earlier this year? Um, was one of the coolest things I've seen in a hot minute from the Predator franchise. Well, actually, all the stuff from the Predator franchise right now has been pretty awesome. But again, it's another example of this kind of shift.
Yeah.
And it got me kind of thinking with that, you know, things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Transformers, and how that evolution has changed for these characters. Do you think that we're getting to a point where animation might like be the next like main, like how like nowadays you go to a movie theater, what, like 90% of them are live action for the most part? I
Yeah.
guess what I'm getting at is, when do you think live action will become obsolete?
Definitely seems like it's heading in that direction, doesn't it? I mean, I think a lot of it seems like maybe a lot of these movies are not, performing as well as they used to.
Hmm.
Um they're really expensive to make, and
Yeah.
then they're not making any money off of them. And it just seems like animation, I don't know. I mean, it's got to be cheaper to make, right? I
Oh,
would
yeah.
imagine. I don't know anything about that side of things.
Mhm.
And it just seems like the possibilities are, well, it doesn't seem the possibilities are endless with animation, whereas you're kind of restricted when it comes to live action stuff.
Did
Um,
did you get a chance to watch the Marvel Zombies series from a few months ago?
I didn't, it didn't, that didn't really interest me much.
Okay. Okay.
And I didn't know that Visions had more seasons.
Mm.
That's really bad on me. Uh,
In fairness, they did not promote that like
yeah,
at all
doesn't
as
seem
much as
like
they
it.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I was a really big fan of Bad Batch.
Hmm.
Probably some of my favorite Star Wars content has been the animated stuff.
Hmm.
Since you know, watching the original three in my early life. Yeah, and I just think about like as far as superhero movies go, like I'm constantly watching the DC animated stuff. I mean, it's one of my go-tos when I just want to sit down and watch a good movie or
Hmm.
something. Um, I will say, I haven't really liked any Marvel stuff pretty much since, Endgame.
Hmm.
I did finally watch Fantastic Four,
Hmm.
and I really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I've actually watched it twice, which is
Okay.
saying a lot.
Yeah.
Because I like not only have I really not liked the Marvel stuff, but I haven't seen most of the movies in
Hmm.
the last couple of years. I was just done with it.
Yeah.
But there was some interest in Fantastic Four with Galactus coming in and all of that. I really wanted to see that, and yeah, really enjoyed the movie. Um, but ultimately, yeah, I enjoy animation more for sure.
Well, I was thinking about it a lot too with like even look at DC for an example. I mean, we talk about their, their previous era of their animated movies, but even their current era, they started it off with an animated TV show, which was Creature Commandos,
Hmm.
um, which I haven't had a chance to see, but I heard great things about. I heard a lot of
I
people enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that. I didn't. Um, I will say I was a little disappointed in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Ah, yes.
Um, I would have liked them to stick more to the comic book script and
Mhm.
keep those characters true to their designs.
Yeah.
That really ruined it for me, honestly.
Mhm.
So although it's rare, I feel like they really fumbled with that one.
Yeah.
Um,
It,
but no,
yeah, they kind of went in a weird direction after Apocalypse War for a little while there. It kind of
yeah,
felt a little directionless. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and I really liked Apocalypse War.
Mhm.
And I know that it kind of tied in to Crisis. But yeah, I feel like they kind of missed with that one, which I don't feel like I would say that on many of their animations. Marvel, on the other hand, I haven't really enjoyed much of their animation. I was never really a big fan of What If.
Fair. Fair.
X-Men was okay. I mean, as far as the animation goes, it stayed very true to the original cartoon,
Mhm.
which of course I enjoyed that.
Mhm.
And I guess the direction they're going, I guess I would say that I did enjoy X-Men. Um,
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing, right? Is like I think the level of enjoyment for something like animation is a lot it's a lot easier to get invested into it because you already feel like you can like studying media, one of the things we learned about was like immersion, right? Like how immersed are you in a story based on the media it's being presented as and how, the context of it all, right? With live action superhero stuff, you sometimes run into that, uncanny valley or whatever, where
mhm.
you lose the immersion because you're like, okay, well, that's clearly a fake monster, right? We as human beings we know giant monsters don't exist. So when we see Superman punching a giant monster, we
Yeah.
suspend belief for a moment, but then we go back to like whatever.
Yeah.
When you're watching animation, your sense of belief is suspended immediately, right? Because
Mhm.
watching it, it's not you're not looking at a human.
Yeah.
Um, so
Well, and
you're
let's imagine like a live action Invincible, versus the cartoon, which a lot of people would say the cartoon or the animation is um even an upgrade from that comic book itself because
Mhm.
it's able to dive even more in depth into the story versus,
Well, that's the thing is, and this kind of ties into the movie I saw, which was Chainsaw Man, which is a movie based on a manga adapted from an actual like arc chapters in a series. And the way they were able to fill in the gap of the artwork between the frames and the panels, like it's fascinating, man. Like to see the momentum that they can add to already such energetic artwork, right?
yeah.
And so you get these one-to-one adaptations where you see the one thing on one panel, but then you see the impact of it. You don't really see the momentum of it. But with animation, we get that. And I mean, yeah, Invincible does a great job of that as well.
Ye- Yeah.
Um, Comic culture, browsing YouTube, I found some old or some cool Dragon Ball remastered scenes. Um, oh, and some of the Broly fight stuff. Oh yeah, like animation has been has just gone through this crazy thing, right? Where the 90s it was all the hand drawn stuff,
Yeah.
the cell animated. And I mean, we will all look at that stuff fondly. Like that stuff looks great,
Oh yeah.
definitively amazing. And then you get into the nowadays stuff where it's a little more, but yeah, some of that Dragon Ball stuff is just amazing.
Yeah.
Um, Derek, I had the experience with Marvel Zombies. It was live. If it was live action, I would have been subconsciously judging the costumes, makeup, and CGI the whole time. And that's exactly it. Is when you have a story that I think you just have to accept that like, there's no you jeopardize the story putting it in live action. And then you have
Yep.
to debate what's worth more, putting Robert Downey's face on the cover of the movie or having an animated movie that's way better story. Like
Right. Well, and I'll say too, I think what makes me enjoy like a live action Marvel movie
mm,
more is when the live action almost feels animated, like
mhm,
when the characters are true
yeah,
to their comic book form.
hmm
I actually, where some people might think, oh, that's kind of cheesy,
hmm
this is real life, that's not necessarily what they would look like. I actually kind of like that. It makes it feel, it gives it more of an animated feel where it's staying true to, the comic or animation whatever. And I think that's why I enjoyed Fantastic Four
mm,
so much is like Mole Man really looked like the Mole Man. That was sweet. And when they're kind of going through some of those classic villains
hmm
in that like kind of montage, and you're getting these characters and they're very true to comic form. That I just really enjoyed that a lot about it.
but I mean that's something we get like in like the X-Men TV series, right? Or something like
Yeah,
Invincible, or we get these
yeah,
just they embrace
yeah,
the comic culture of it all, right?
yeah.
And
Well,
um
and it's like with Shang-Chi, like I
mm,
honestly I enjoyed the movie. I did.
yeah,
It's probably one of my favorites uh
mm,
after Endgame. But I almost would like you know, a Bronze Age style
mm,
Master of Kung Fu,
yeah,
like more true to the comic version versus, they make these movies and then the characters in the comics actually change to what the live action movies were like.
mm, yeah,
At one point, uh oh, what's his name? Nick Fury
Hmm.
in the comics turns into Samuel L. Jackson. You know what I mean? They even do it in Star Wars. Like I, not that I dislike the guy, but I kind of hate when I'm reading my comic and like Mace Windu looks like Samuel L. Jackson. It feels weird, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I don't know. It's a little. It's yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean, and it kind of gets into this interesting area where like like what should like should comic like if a comic movie is going to be animated, should it be an adaptation exactly of the comics, or should it be a original story? That's what we get from, this is the whole like comic versus manga animation thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you go watch an anime and you're like, "Oh, I can go read this and it's going to be almost a one-to-one most of the time, half the time, depending on
Yeah.
the series. Pretty straightforward adaptation. I can't think of a single comic book thing and no, I wouldn't even say Invincible really counts as that because it changes its order and adaptation so much from the original material that it's not really the same thing at all.
Yeah.
Like we don't have that for comic books. We have yet to get that for comic books. Like that would just be I just want to see that once, you know? Unless I'm mistaken, unless there is something out there for comic books that is like basically a one-to-one adaptation from a comic book. And I mean like I want to see like actual comic panels as animated, whatever, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't think that exists anywhere.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm trying to think.
Like I don't think anywhere, right? Like yeah, I can't think of anything, but
I'm
I might
trying
be
to remember Watchmen. Um
the animated one.
no, the live
Oh,
action.
the live action would have had probably pretty close to the same
If
frame.
I'm playing it in my head and it
I
was pretty close,
it
but
was it is.
I don't know how much to a T it followed it. I think
I
maybe later in the movie it steers away. I'm not sure.
yeah, some of the
It's
plot
been a
points later,
while.
yeah, in the later part of the movie, yeah, changes, but I think a good chunk of it, you're right. That's probably one of the only movies, mainstream movies, successful movies that has actually
Yeah.
pretty much done a pretty close adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave
Um,
popped in. He was busy trying to release the files.
oh no. Oh, Sin City. Okay, yeah, we can count Sin City. We can count
Oh
Sin City.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, we
right.
can count Sin
There we
City.
go. See, we just got to think about it a little longer.
Yeah,
That
we
would
just
have
got
been a fun one.
mhm.
Rating movies compared to, yeah, yeah, something
Like
like that.
adaptations, like obviously Age of Ultron's like a 0 out of 10 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, do you so when you think of animation nowadays, now and the audience too, indulge me if you will. You close your eyes for a moment and you think of an animated thing. Is it 2D or 3D animated?
Mm.
I'm curious because like the Star Wars stuff is mostly 3D animated.
Like
Bad Batch.
Clone Wars and
Yeah,
Bad Batch and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
things like I don't know if you watched Arcane from Netflix. That was a 3D animated one. Um, and then stuff like Invincible would be like 2D animated. Do you have
what would
a
Miles Morales be? Is that 3D?
ooh.
Well, I'll say this.
Yeah, that's a
Like the Clone Wars, that stuff really took some getting used to for me.
yeah.
I really didn't like it.
Mm,
But it was all storylines that I really enjoyed, so that's kind of what got me through it. 2D totally all day long.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think of like some of my favorite animations. One that pops in my mind that's been a favorite of mine the longest would be the animation Ninja Scroll. I
Mm,
was introduced to that really early, like in the mid '90s, I believe.
Yeah.
That was kind of my introduction to anime. But I think about like Batman the animated series,
Hmm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. Um, yeah, that's animation for me.
Sorry, I meant modern animation. Like
Oh,
if you
modern.
think of something that you would have seen in the last 2 years or so. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
still 2D.
You still think it's more
Yeah,
2D? Yeah.
like I really enjoy Invincible.
Yeah.
That's very visually uh easy for me.
Hmm.
Even to this day, I still kind of have a hard time with the Star Wars animation. I really enjoyed Bad Batch.
Yeah.
But again, the animation just feels weird.
Mm.
If it wasn't for the good storylines, I don't know that I could do it. Like
Interesting.
Rebels is like I like
Mm.
some of the story, some of it's a little corny, and then the
Yeah.
animation, in my opinion, is terrible. I hate the
Mm.
Rebels animation.
Yeah. Pretty
Can't stand
janky.
it. Yeah. I would much rather like read Rebels in like a comic
Mm.
book form or something.
Mm.
That would be cool if they had something like that.
I think I know for me personally, when I close my eyes and I think of modern animation, it's definitely a very 50-50 split
Oh,
between
interesting.
3D, and it's because I think there's a lot of things now that incorporate Sloss yeah, there's two there. I'm realizing it now. It's because I have the bright lights on and they're attracted to the bright light, so they keep flying right in front of
Yeah,
me.
that's fun.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things now that are incorporating that are really blending the two. Um, for example, again, it's again because I've just rewatched the series and watched the movie. Is Chainsaw Man, which is a series. When I originally watched it, I noticed the 3D elements, but I just assumed it was like 2D with 3D elements, not that it's completely 3D made to look 2D.
Can you
Uh,
pull up any images from that?
from Chainsaw Man, yeah,
Yeah, so I could see what you're talking about.
yeah. Uh, it's yeah, hopefully we can get a little bit of the detail in here.
And what would Miles be? Is that 2D?
I would say it's probably closer to being 2D. Yeah.
Okay. I really love the animation style of that.
Yeah, because that's also like its own, it's like its own thing as
Yeah, they
well.
definitely kind of created their own lane there.
But then that's the crazy thing too, because it's also very similar to something like uh oh my gosh, let me just mute this here. Let's see if I can get this to play on the screen. I don't know if you can really see that they're playing.
Oh yeah.
Uh
Yeah, right away I saw. Yeah.
like it is 3D animation, but it's a kind of a weird blend of 3D 2D at the same time.
Yeah, I can definitely see it.
But it's great. But again, when you're watching it, you don't really notice it until like you get these crazy action shots and like things are going all over the place. Also, this movie is just it's it plays out like a teenage. Oh, here now all the action starts right as I click away, but it's yeah, it's just explosions and chainsaws. Like it's so cool.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Uh, but yeah, I've also really I really wish we could watch the entirety of that one Star Wars Visions episode on here. Uh, have you had a chance to watch it, Budget, at all?
No, I haven't.
I was I was debating telling you like if you're gonna do anything before the show, at least watch this one episode.
Yeah.
Uh, let me see if I can try to find like a little clip of it or something here as well. But Visions is nuts. Yeah, comic culture. Have you seen the recent season? I'm curious to know if anyone out there at all has had a chance to see it.
And while you're looking, Dave's going to be heading off to Japan for 3 weeks, and he's going to be giving us a lot of really great content. So everybody in here who already follows him and is going to be watching it, make sure you watch it.
Yeah. Dave, uh, let me know if you go by the Gundam store or by the big life size Gundams because they're they're amazing. Um, but this is like a little behind the scenes here of this animation from Star Wars, but it is straight up a fever dream, my dude. Like
Wow.
it is just phenomenal. And it's created by I know he's worked with like Studio Ghibli and stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Ooh, God, that looks great.
no, dude, it's basically like this. It's basically the the Death Star exploding and like this stormtrooper just going through it. Like it's visually amazing. Turn the lights off, put the headphones in, and intoxicate yourself because like this is like I want to go watch it again after this because it was amazing. Um, but season 3 of Star Wars Visions, dude, actually just go watch the whole thing. Like you should just watch the whole. This actually every episode's a banger. I'll say it.
Yeah.
Every episode is a banger. The last 2 seasons from season 1, season 2, there was a couple stinkers in each season, maybe 1 or 2 episodes. Season 3 though, every episode uh felt very
Oh wow, that looks so dope. Oh my
yeah
God.
very well rounded. Um, yeah, this but the finale, yeah, it's just crazy. Again, it's like a fever dream. If like when I first started watching it, be like, oh man, I'd like to like watch this on shrooms, and then by the time I was done, I was like, no, you definitely couldn't watch that on shrooms, but I still kind of want to, but you shouldn't. Um, yeah. So, anyways,
Hold on. What comic is Dave talking about? They made this in a comic form too?
not this particular thing. He's
Oh.
referring to the Ronin stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Which is there's a follow up to the Ronin thing, by the way, in season 3. There's a Ronin part 2 or
oh
3 or
wow.
whatever part it is.
Okay. Dang.
No,
Wow.
seriously, go watch the entire season. There's probably I think episode 3 has one of the best Star Wars ship designs I have ever seen. And
Oh
then
wow.
I'm gonna say it because again, once you see it, you're like, that's not a spaceship, and then you're like, that's a spaceship. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah, it's a great Star Wars can just be so cool when they just let it be anything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
I
Jeez.
like it's nice being excited about Star Wars every now and then. Just every now and then.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a rarity these days actually.
so yeah, go watch again, I'd say the whole season is worth watching. Um, it's all enjoyable. Yeah, the first episode is the Ronin follow-up episode though.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want more of that.
Um, we are here at like the 53 minutes. There were a couple figure reveals I wanted to get to, but was there
Oh,
anything else on the animation side you wanted to touch on, or was there anyone else in the comments that I miss wanted to contribute? Let me see. Uh,
there's plenty to like about. I mean, I like when Luke gets his hand cut off.
I haven't watched it because it's hard for me to get into something Star Wars when it doesn't have any of the characters I know. That's fair. I will say Visions does an immaculate job of never feeling alien to Star Wars. All of it feels very familiar. There's lots of homages. Um, there's a couple episodes in this new season where you're watching, you're like, oh, that's clearly a reference to A New Hope, or that's clearly a reference to that moment, or that's a
Yeah.
design that's very much based off this other design or whatever. Um, let's see. But Jacob doesn't even like Luke, so how could he like Star Wars?
Yeah.
uh, yeah, but yeah, I would recommend checking out season 3. Um, and then for figures,
Oh, when we had the episode where I said I didn't like Wolverine's costume,
yeah.
the next time I was in the comic shop, I got so much shit. Like ridiculed, dude. We thought it was bad in the comics. I got tore apart in the shop. And Cyclops, people were so mad at me. I'm like, these are people that didn't even comment like during the show. I'm like, "Oh, so you were watching." You've been waiting to see me in person to call me out now. It
Yeah,
was funny.
that's awesome. Okay, well
Yeah.
that's good. I'll start off with that then. A
Oh
couple,
wow.
obviously this was one we talked about a couple months ago. This is the Marvel vs. Capcom uh SH figure art Spider-Man. They had announced a Cyclops one, which I know you're a huge fan of, and of course they had to follow it up with a Wolverine. So there we go. You get all three of them. But that being said, they are giving us a Star Wars animated Ahsoka Tano,
I saw these. Yes.
and then we are getting the Obi-Wan. We're getting the Anakin,
I love these, dude. These look just like the show.
and then we're even getting Revenge of the Sith Anakin, because I know you're a huge fan of that design as well.
I'm not, but I don't mind that Anakin figure there
Oh
at
yeah.
all. I'm gonna need the three of those somehow, some way. It looks like we got somebody maybe new in the chat. I'm not familiar with
Oh,
Knives, but hello to
nice.
you.
Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your first time. Thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. Uh, Feel free to make yourself at home. There's snacks somewhere, probably in your own home though. Uh, yes. So those guys were revealed. There was a little group shot of them
To
here.
be clear, the animation for Clone Wars did grow on me.
Yeah,
And I very much like they very much resemble that look in the comics as well, and I love the Clone Wars comic series.
and
Rebels was a different kind of animation. Clone Wars grew on me, and then I went into Rebels and was just like, it was so much worse.
and I'm gonna tell you, because as someone who has tried so many times to get friends into animation and people being like, I don't like the way it looks, I don't care, and then tap out immediately when it's like you're losing out on a great story.
Yeah,
Like, shout out to everyone who's ever just like stuck through it because they want to know, right? They want to experience a story or experience a thing, right? Like,
yeah.
it's so important to stick with it. Um,
Those look so much better than the Black series as well, because I have all three of those figures in the Black series,
yeah.
and those take them out.
Yo, yeah, it's funny. Well, I'm I'm a huge fan of the SH figure art stuff. Like I'll talk pretty highly of their stuff for the most part. So yeah, I would recommend if you can get your hand on those guys, definitely try to. I think McFarlane's been pretty quiet these days. I haven't seen too much from
He's too
him.
busy signing hundreds of millions of books, probably. I think
Yeah, I
I
guess.
think I saw that his CGC signing is officially sold out.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
When was the last time? Do those often sell out? Not often, do right?
I'm not sure, but I know that they were kind of keeping his open.
Mm, yeah. I'm just trying to see if I can find a close-up picture of this thing, but I don't think I can. Oh, maybe I can. Here's a reveal for me because I know I can't get a good picture of it though. There we go. Uh,
Nick from Comic Culture says Saga has figures. Oh wow.
this is a new Gundam that's going to be coming out. Um, and this is just looks insane to me. This one, so one of my favorite designs is called the Gundam Wing Zero, and it's this one with the very angelic wings on it. Uh, and then he has the with the cloak on there. Oh my god, beautiful. Yeah, I love giant robots that look like angels. Uh, but yeah, there's just been a kind of a quiet week. Ah, comic culture knows what's up. The Zero is awesome. Man, I love the homies when they show up.
Yeah.
Because who was it the other week who got the Evangelion reference?
Oh
Was that Yak
gosh.
Comics?
Josh.
Oh, was it Josh?
Josh. Yeah.
Hmm.
What's he normally in as?
Is it
I can't
JS
remember his
Brooklyn or
screen name.
something? Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I love when the home when my when my robot nerds show up.
Well,
Um,
speaking of Gundam,
yeah.
there's a portion of my mural that I did a silhouette of. So when we painted the Mario wall, we kind of were filling in the background with our black,
Yeah.
and the black finish of our spray paint versus the finish of the base of the wall was a
Mhm.
different finish.
Yeah.
So kind of where the Mario ends, the whole wall's a little bit glossy, and
Mm.
I needed to somehow end that gloss going into the bigger portion of the wall because I wanted to keep the background what it was on the
Mm.
bigger portion because if we went to fill in all the dead space with spray, I'd still be working on it right now.
Okay.
So I bled the gloss into the silhouette of the Megazord
Oh.
because on the second portion of the wall there's they
Let's-
wanted a red Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
so I don't know if you can see zoom in or see that.
Right in here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I freestyle. I pretty much freestyled that and was really proud of that.
Oh, dude, this whole thing looks so dope.
Yeah, I mean it's a it's gotten a really great reception from the community.
Mhm.
Um and I think that's just because these are all characters that everybody loves and
Mhm.
recognizes, and that's great. It for me as an artist it feels very copy and paste, you know. I'm not
Mhm.
creating any type of original artwork here.
Yeah.
Um Honestly, the thing I'm most proud of on this wall is the lettering that I did, the business that we
Oh,
did it for,
yeah.
because I know what kind of how precise and
Mm.
just how on point the lettering was. That's very difficult to execute.
Dude, it was the first thing I noticed looking at this picture was like, damn, that text is like super clean.
Yeah. I was pretty excited when I took a picture of it. I
Mm.
accidentally clicked on the picture
Mhm.
and iPhones can identify like
Mm.
lettering,
Yep.
and so I copy it and pasted it into a message just to see,
Mm.
and it typed out the whole thing, and I was like, that's how, you know, I was really proud that I nailed those letters so well that iPhone could identify them. But yeah, I mean, I just my original proposal for this wall was
Mm.
all original artwork, and they wanted something more that was going to attract more attention. You
Mm.
know, people will go up and take their pictures with it or
Yeah.
photograph their car in front of it, and I get it. It's bringing a lot of attention to the business, and so that's great. But as an artist, it's a little unrewarding to not be able to produce something original. You know, I'm kind
Mm.
of just copywriting someone else's artwork, but
Yeah.
overall it was fun. I haven't painted in gosh, 4 years maybe.
Hmm.
Um, and I was really nervous going into it, and I have to say like I wasn't rusty at all. I wouldn't even like say it was like riding a bike because it was
Hmm.
more like I've I had been painting a week ago, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Um, I hope I can do more.
Mm.
But there's not much of a market here in my town for stuff like that. It has to be worth my time, so I charge pretty handsomely for something like that.
Yeah.
Um and not everybody has, you know, not everybody's willing to invest in something like that, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I you can't tell, but those characters are like that. Yoshi is 15 feet tall. I actually got a tape measure out and measured him, and then the next portion of the wall is even taller. So like the Bob Marley at the beginning, he's like a solid like 19 feet. So yeah, you don't really get a feel for the scale from these photos. But yeah, thanks to everybody for the kind words.
Yeah. Don't do it. It's yeah. Sometimes you just gotta be creative for the man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm, I mean, I know the drill. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
All too well. Yeah. Sweet. So, anything else you wanted to cover here before we wrap up for the night?
No, I think we need to. We're gonna have a quick turnaround because we will be back on Tuesday.
Yep.
And we'll need stuff to ramble on about then. So
Yeah, that's true, man.
I
Yeah.
have a fun haul of books coming from Dave that I should
Mm,
have by then. Um,
yeah.
and I'm going on a hunt tomorrow, so we'll see what I
Awesome.
get.
Yeah, I know for me right now, I'm just sitting around building my Gundams and trying to catch up on comics, and I'm actually doing pretty good. I've I think I've caught up to basically everything except the current issue for all the absolute stuff. Um, Really quick, Absolute Flash, I've been really enjoying. Um,
Yeah, I'm
it's been
behind
growing
on.
it's been growing on me. Very curious to see how that one plays out. I think Martian Manhunter is the only one I actually really need to catch up on, but I
Yeah,
haven't because I know that one's only like 6 issues and then it's on break for a little while, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got the first volume of the new Ninja Turtle series. I had read issue one, and I kind of really wasn't into it, so I didn't
Mm,
proceed with the series.
yeah.
And I had told myself that I would just wait for the volumes.
Mhm,
And I just finished volume one, so I think like the first five issues, and
mhm.
I'm really enjoying it actually. So I'm gonna look tomorrow. I'm gonna look for all the issues that will get me current, and then I'm gonna hop on that
Nice.
as far as the weeklies go.
It's
But
just
yeah,
nice having like I know I'm really bad about staying up to date with like the weekly stuff, but
yeah.
when I actually get into it, what did I read? There was the black, white, and red Superman special that came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Some
okay.
great little short stories in there that I was just
Oh,
like, oh,
nice.
these are nice.
I just
The
picked up the trade to Exquisite Corpses too, because that was one I
mm,
didn't jump on and was waiting on the trades.
which is
So,
funny. I haven't read a single issue of that, but I have all the
oh,
issues for it as
oh,
well.
really?
Yeah, I have them all.
I think I probably heard from either Nick or Eric that or maybe both that Exquisite Corpses are really good. So I'll be reading that this weekend actually. So
Yeah, I just finally finished The Moon is Following Us, which I felt really stupid for not finishing it like 5 months ago when it ended. Um, so I'm glad I finally got there. Uh,
oh
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so I saw that Die has a new series that started this week, and I have
yeah.
the first issue of that coming, and yeah, yeah.
I wanna, yeah. I was thinking about picking that one up because I know Momoko has a cover for it, but they did not have the Momoko cover today at my store. So,
Well, and then Dave's been talking up Cul-de-sac, so
mhm.
I have that coming also. Cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, man.
Jonathan Wayshak is the artist. Incredible.
I, what was the other one I picked up? I gotta read. Oh gosh, there's two of them. There's one that's
Yes.
called Power Fantasy and one that's called Lost Fantasy. I think I have Lost Fantasy. I think that's the one I need to read
Hmm.
because that's the one that all the covers look like old video game homages. Yeah, it's Lost Fantasy. Have you seen these ones? Yeah, I'm pulling it up
Oh,
here.
okay. Power fantasy.
No, I'm reading Lost Fantasy is the one I
Oh.
need to catch up on.
Oh, damn. Okay. Whoa, that's the old PlayStation.
It's a Final Fantasy 7, yeah.
Wow.
The old
Okay.
yeah, old Final Fantasy 7 cover. Uh I haven't read Power Fantasy. I know I have the first 5 issues to this Lost Fantasy that I need to catch up on. Um, but
Jeez.
I know Power Fantasy is also a series that's in its 20s or in its teens now, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, that's another one. But
Yeah,
all
Dave
of the
was just
covers.
saying in his video last weekend, I think,
Mhm.
that there's just so, or I don't know where I saw this, but there's just so many good books out right now. Like this is actually a really great time for comics, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, this cover that's coming out for the next issue.
Oh
I don't know
wow.
if you're a Legend of Zelda guy,
Yeah,
but I mean, come on.
dude, that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a great little series. The covers are great. I haven't read it yet, but I'm a silly boy, and sometimes I don't need to read it to buy it.
Yeah.
uh, I guess was there anything interesting you picked? Were any of the current books this week? Did you grab just to end off on anything?
I haven't
Cool?
got them yet. I think they'll. You know what? I actually ordered from Comics Place this week, so I probably won't see those books for several more days. IDW didn't get delivered to most shops in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Like everywhere I've looked didn't get IDW. It sounds like it was like a multi-state thing. But I
Mm.
was looking forward to Beneath the Trees. So that didn't come. And then there was Godzilla versus Ninja Turtles. I was really looking forward to
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Tim Seeley's writing it, so he's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
Um
Hell
oh
yeah.
yeah. So it's affecting most of, if not all of the state. Yeah, because I was gonna head out of town to a neighboring city and try to find it IDW at their store, and I saw they posted that they didn't get it. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I know the Transformers. This one was one of
Oh
the variants I was.
yeah.
Samrock shared it, and I was like, "What is that? I need to get that." And then
Yeah.
luckily my shop had it. So
Youngblood came out, and I really wanted the Daniel Warren Johnson cover of that.
mm.
But I think I just got the cover A or something.
There was the next issue of Hush came out. Poison
Saw that.
Ivy Annual came out.
I got both of
Um,
those. Hush hasn't been very great.
yeah. For me, I'm just like I just kind of look at the art.
Yeah.
Is next week the week? Yeah, Batman Deadpool is next week, so that will be the big one, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we'll have to probably go through all the covers again next week, and
Yeah, I had to take the Ron's Crypt Keeper off my name. I haven't stepped foot in that shop in like over 2 months. I
God,
feel really bad, but I don't have a lot of desire to go in there right now. It's just been so disappointing.
okay.
Something needs to change.
Yeah, yeah, they need to put the boys in charge.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, my friend. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah.
Getting back on the old horse here.
I'm
I'm
not
not.
gonna lie, I kind of like these Friday shows. I think it gives opportunity to some people we don't see as often.
Mm,
We might have to reevaluate at some point. I don't know. We'll
yeah,
see. We'll see how Tuesdays go.
yeah, yeah. I know for me, and my schedule's all over the place these days. So usually I just try to make whatever work whenever
Yeah,
we can. So
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, I
Right.
appreciate you hanging out this evening, and I appreciate everybody else hanging around as well. We're hopefully back next Tuesday.
Yep.
That's the plan. All
Yep.
right. All right, my
See ya,
friend.
everybody.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Take care. See you again.